Hi everybody, welcome to Ask Mark, our scuba diving Q&A. So of course you know the concept by now. You guys ask the questions, you pop them down in the comment section underneath this video, you add that Ask Mark hashtag, and then I and the Scuba Diver Magazine subscribers answer your comments down in the comment section so you can get an answer as soon as possible. But in a few weeks I turn that question into a video that might better explain and answer your question. But today I'm answering a question from Dad and Daughter Go Scuba Diving, that's nice, about canister light cable management. So Dad and Daughter Go Scuba say, I'm about to purchase a canister lamp to enable me to have both hands free whilst wreck diving. I wonder if you might have any advice on mounting the canister on a single tank axiom BCD method, and more importantly, how to route the umbilical so as to stay streamlined and not become a snag hazard. Thank you. Yeah, so you want to keep that cable under control so it doesn't get caught in anything, turns into a flappy snag hazard. With a recreational BCD, you can't hip mount the battery, so you would need to mount it on that single cylinder behind you. Most batteries are designed so that you can thread them onto a 2-inch webbing strap, which can of course be your cam band, or it can be a dedicated second cam band if you have an extra one knocking around. For the cable, most divers route it from their right hand side under their right arm and then hold the light head with their left hand. That way a lot of the cable is taken up by crossing the body and any excess can just be looped over your thumb. Let me get some bits and bobs together and I will show you. Right, so on your on the battery. Batteries typically, I mean the Santi ones, Santi now have them actually they have a 2 or just over a 2-inch slot in the actual battery casing itself. Otherwise, the manufacturers tend to make some kind of fitting so that it fits over a 2-inch webbing strap. And as divers, we tend to use 2-inch straps just on everything: shoulder straps, waistbands, cam bands. So if you do have an extra cam band knocking around, you can buy these pretty cheap as well. You can either thread it onto the existing one, like this one here or this one here, thread it onto the one that attaches your breathing cylinder onto it, or if it's too much to like rethread it, you can just get a second one. As I said, they're pretty cheap. The metal ones are a bit more expensive, but the plastic ones do just fine. And thread it on that, clamp it onto that cylinder, and that way, yeah, it has its dedicated strap. You then have the cable. I don't actually have a CableLight to hand, so we're going to pretend with this piece of string. So most CableLights come with a like Goodman style handle, and you want it to route underneath from the right hand side. If I just tuck this in quickly, tucking is going to be your best friend for this, because whilst you're getting kitted up and whatnot, you're going to unclip this and then you're going to clip it off onto a D-ring, and then you have some like excess. So it's best to try and like create a bite, so just a loop of the cable, and then like tuck it into the handle just so it's a bit neater. Your main aim is to make sure that your breathing hoses are always like on the outside and always easy to just deploy should you ever need to. And then when you're going to use the torch, you unclip it and then you pull it free, put it on that left hand side. I've seen some divers like almost hold it with the right hand. Others, I saw a GUE diver video where she just kind of loops it under there just to keep it taut. You can keep that slack just taut with your thumb, and that's it. Otherwise, if you let go, then this cable is kind of free to drift and snag on stuff. So just a simple loop and that grabs hold of it. And that's it, really. I've heard of some divers like wrapping it around their arm. But for me, that's just kind of something else to grab hold of, or just mean that you're physically attached to it. I prefer to be a bit more free to be able to, if I need to, just get rid of it and sort it out later, as opposed to it being wrapped around me. Yeah, I much prefer that that GUI person's just kind of loop it over a thumb and then you can still use it. I think that's about it, really. It does just come down to, yeah, mount it like inverted or upright, depending on which gives you the best amount of slack. You need a decent amount to be able to like poke it around and look around, but not so much that it's just dangling and getting caught on stuff. Otherwise, a lot of the like built-in batteries are pretty good nowadays. The battery, the like lithium-ion batteries are getting very good. If you're going on long dives, or you have a torch that needs a lot of power, then yeah, canister lights are a good way of getting all that extra power down with you. But yeah, I think that's usually the best method, either just to tuck it in under your thumb so you're taking up that slack, or use your other hand just to, whilst you're not doing anything. But yeah, the thumb method just makes it a bit more like hands-free. You can also, I suppose you could tuck it under your waistband a little bit, or into a D-ring. Again, just make sure that your alternate or your long hose primary is free, so that the hose doesn't get caught up in the umbilical light. You can always just donate in a moment without it getting caught up in that umbilical. Yeah, hose routing and umbilical, or not really umbilical in this case, but cable routing is an important skill to master. Once you find something that works for you, perfect. But yeah, just do it in a way that means that you can always donate your alternate, just in case your buddy needs to breathe from that. But yeah, I'd probably mount it on the right hand side. It depends on your whole setup, how long the umbilical is, because they're usually designed to sit on the right hand hip and then go to the left hand side, but they probably do come in different lengths, so for different size divers. So yeah, just kind of have a play about on dry land, get kitted up, and see how it feels. And yeah, I still like that kind of thumb loop method, so you can take up any slack and then you can just loosen it if you need to, or just drop it completely if you need to. That probably is the best method at the moment. But yeah, if there are any other recommendations, because I don't tend to use umbilicals that much, so if there's any of you wonderful umbilical, or not, CableLight divers out there with any recommendations, pop them down in the comment section underneath this video. That's just how I would do it. But yeah, if anyone has any better recommendations, yeah, by all means pop them down in the comment section under this video, along with any other questions that you might have about scuba diving. Pop them down in the comment section under the video. Use that #AskMark hashtag in your comment. You'll get it featured in an up and coming video. Otherwise, remember to head over to scubadivermag.com. Check out our website, all our interesting things that we do with there, lots of the latest scuba diving news, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, everybody, and of course, safe diving.